So it's Wednesday, August 6th, about 5 p.m. 2025 Central Standard Time. XRP is sitting at about $2.99. Market's a little wonky right now, but we know we're still in the middle of the bull run. So what should we look to for hope, right? If you're one of those people who still wants to give yourself a reason to invest as if there wasn't already enough out there. Well, let's take a look at 5 little pieces of news. First, this was put out by the CME Group. If you don't know who they are, look them up. They're a big deal. XRP is 400 to 500 times faster than Bitcoin, 30 to 40 times faster than Ethereum. XRP is financial infrastructure. This is one solid and undeniable fact that has been the case before I got into this space. It will be the case long after. Bitcoin is ancient history. It's dinosaur technology, so to speak. It's very slow, very expensive, a lot of friction, can easily be hit with a 51% attack. It's not secure. It's not a store of value. If something can go to 100,000 and be worth $50,000 within 3 months, that's not storing your value. And to be honest with you, none of the blockchains can store value very well. You can keep value on there, but I don't think it'll maintain the same value throughout. It's just not going to do that. That's just not what they are because it's too volatile still. The rules aren't out yet. So once all that's out and everything is on a level playing field, the market will decide who the winners are. And with numbers like this, XRP's in the lead. Another thing to keep in mind, and you'll see it even in our comments all the time, there's a lot of scammers, a lot of fudsters. I don't understand. I'm tired. I'm blah, blah, blah. Let's get to $5 first. It was let's get to $3 first just a little while ago. Before that, it was let's get to $1 first. And then we keep passing all these things. And there are all these people that love to put these negatory comments, right? These FUD comments on any social media post that talks positively about XRP. Somebody's got to be paying these people because why would you even waste your time on a channel of something you don't believe in to begin with, right? And then you're going to sit there and keep posting away. And those comments are always from accounts that are phony. If you look into the accounts, just look at their profiles. Look at who follows them, who they follow. They're nobodies. It's just somebody's paying for that thing for that to be put out. But Ashley Prosper here says, remember the rule. Every single time there has been major XRP FUD, like now, good news follows shortly after. And that's been the case since I got in. It's always happening. And she says, look, final end to the Ripple versus SEC case is incoming. We've talked about that. Banking license is incoming. Ripple's applied for their banking license. A Fed master account is incoming. They've also applied for a Fed master account. Those are big deals. Look those things up. Double-digit ETFs incoming. That's right. More than I think it's more than almost 20 XRP ETF applications, and these are spot ETFs, which is they have to buy XRP to be able to sell those ETFs. And UK crypto license is incoming. XLS ADD upgrade incoming. Clarity Act is incoming. And the final ISO 20022 deadline is incoming. That's November. We've talked about that. Ripple and XRP are poised for a giant leap by December 2025. I've been telling you, the fourth quarter is going to be ginormous. Not to mention smart contracts go live January. That's a big deal. There's still so much more. These are just a few little highlights. So just keep this in mind. And also here's a note from Securitize. Just know who you're dealing with, guys. They're saying that in one of the most dominant verticals in all of blockchain, Securitize ranks #1 in the tokenization of real-world assets, and they do. And so they say, check out Ox Brand's weekly newsletter covering tokenization, including a spotlight on the largest platforms. Now, once something is tokenized, guys, I want you to keep it in mind. Once something is tokenized, it's crypto. It's on the blockchain, whether it's XRP or Solana or wherever. Once something is tokenized, it's crypto. Now, take a look at the platforms that they're saying are the biggest ones. And who do you see second here? That's Ripple. Those 3 little circles, that's Ripple. Right below Ripple is something called Ondo. That lives on the XRP ledger. That's a big deal. Treasuries, United States treasuries are already being tokenized through Ondo on the XRP ledger. What's the big deal about that? That means every single transaction run through those treasuries, and there's a lot of those already. You already know how the treasury market works, will require XRP for those transfers. It's adding value to the blockchain. And that is just the Ondo use case with what they're doing on that one specific thing. Ondo is working in a lot of different areas. But check that out. That's a big deal. Go look into that. And if you're ever wondering how decentralized XRP is, I want you to look at this website. You can see the website there. You can go look at that. And this is just, I think it's 59% only of the nodes. And it's all the way around the world. It's telling you where the nodes are. If you go look this, it's a live map. It continues to rotate and it shows you all the nodes around the world. They're live, they're decentralized in its truest sense. And these are the things that fudsters or competitors are hoping you're too lazy to look at and decide for yourself. It's there. You can see it. You go look at a map of theirs and they're very centralized. They're very localized in certain areas because that's where all the, I guess the corrupt insiders are. They're pretty well gathered together, but not XRP. XRP is decentralized globally. And on a final note, I want you to keep in mind all the value that's going to come on the XRP ledger. And this isn't all of it, okay? But let's go over the items that are going to add value to each XRP token in existence. Let's take a look here. What are we talking about here on the left here? Total value locked, 1.4 billion value locked on the Ondo blockchain. All right, that means that they're staking or they're delegating or something. Then they're saying over here, $7 billion in current tokenized T-bill market size treasury bills. They've got $7 billion in treasury bills. This is the U.S. Treasuries. They're already tokenized through Ondo on the XRP ledger. And then over here, they're saying 28.6 trillion total treasuries in the market. So they got this locked up, but there's that much in the market. Gosh, even if we get 10% of that, that's huge for XRP. And then you look over here and it says total US GDP, $29 trillion. Once all these things start going, getting tokenized on the blockchain in earnest, everybody's going to race to it, because if you're not on the blockchain, you can't do business in the modern world. And nobody wants to not be able to do business in the modern world. And that's just the United States GDP, 29 trillion. Let's move along over here and take a look at this. It says the US stock market, there's 62 trillion, okay? That's a lot of money. And a ton of this stuff is going to be tokenized on the XRP ledger. Pick any one of these things. But it left out two of the largest sectors. They left out real estate. Global real estate is ginormous. I think it's over $600 trillion. And then we also have derivatives, which is a quadrillion-dollar market. And I'm sure there's other pieces of value out there, intellectual property, art, all those other things. They're not mentioned here. All of that, and the good majority of it, will be tokenized on the XRP ledger. Value will be transferred 24/7, 365. You better believe that one single XRP will be worth more than $1,000 at some point, not long from now. They're going to need it. It's going to need to be that big to transmit all these values, not to mention the ones that aren't on this list here that we just did discuss, and many others that we haven't even talked about on this video. So let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, save, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Until next time, adios amigos.